Hey guys, welcome back to another Lore Olympus discussion. I am Dazzling Kate, and welcome back to my channel for those who are old here, and welcome to my channel for those who are new here. Anyways, let's get into today's discussion, and that is to talk about, is Persephone still a Mary Sue? And the answer to that is yeah. I tried to give it, 6 months since my previous video about it. It's been pretty well. Eh. Nothing hasn't really improved, but it hasn't really gotten worse. It's just indifferent. That's how I feel. But yeah, she's still a Mary Sue. I basically tried to understand some key points that some people have sent me messages about, trying to get me to understand like Rachel's opinion and Rachel's creation of Persephone and stuff. Blah 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 blah. I did. But it's just eh the storytelling her of the like character development and the way that everything is going on, it's just like it's all about Persephone, guys. It's all about Persephone. You still have that factor in there. And I get it, she's the main character. It's supposed to be about her story. But it's also like in a lot of ways, it feels like it's pushing this like idea that Persephone's the only one who can do, good and be perfect and all that shit. And the other characters can go fuck themselves. That's what it basically feels like to me. Like, especially when it comes to like, Hades' problems, everybody else's problems, and somehow Persephone, she has problems, but it's just like it's just there to shield her. You get what I mean? Like, I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad way of trying to make her more relatable with some of these problems, but in a lot of other cases, it's like it's all about making sure that the character development in the story goes like centers around that development as well to make her, more likable and more charming. But it's just, to me, it just feels very still Mary Sue. Again, I'm not saying Rachel is a terrible artist, terrible writer. A lot of people seem to want to put words in my mouth when it comes to talking about specifics. It's like, oh, you're making like it all about that. Like, you're making it so Rachel isn't good enough, or blah 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 blah. It's all about understanding the character development, and I get it. It's very difficult making a webtoon where you have to make sure you balance out the main character and the side characters. But in this case, it's definitely Persephone who's like a difficult character because I want to I want to root for her, but it's just like there's so many annoying cringe moments, like her defeating Kronos, her basically being like the insert for everybody to like insert themselves into so they can pretend they're the ones fucking Hades. If that makes sense, it's basically like one of those like reading novels, like digital novels where you basically insert yourself as a character and you get to make choices and such. And I think that's one of like the biggest parts of why the series is a success, because people can easily put themselves into Persephone's position, which that's a great way you can do it, but you don't really make it better when you give her these cringe moments. And I understand people have cringe moments in real life, but in stories like this, you got to be careful. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of annoyed readers who can't stand her being perfect, stand her like basically being ahead of everyone and being the solution for everybody. When it's like, come on, let the other characters have their development, let them have their own solutions. They don't always need the main character to help them. And I think that's one writing mistake we all seem to learn. And I get it. It's very hard to write these stories and not have the main character help in every single way possible. But I think that's one character flaw that I think would be interesting to put in. Like they want to do their best for everyone, but they can't because it's physically impossible to be there for everybody, and you have to take those losses and learn from them. And I think that could be one thing that we could see from Persephone, and actually develop it. That would actually really help her character in some perspectives. But in this case, it's just like there's a lot of things that could be fixed. But what can you do? Has her character developed better than what we've seen from Mente? Mente still kind of stands as one of the more flawed and interesting characters in Lore Olympus, in my personal opinion. And she actually has, developed, which is awesome to see. We don't really get to see a lot of developed characters in, some popular series, and that's okay, but in this case, it's just like you have the antagonist who's supposed to be someone you dislike be more liked than the protagonist. So that's a little interesting there. But yeah, she's still a Mary Sue. Will the story get better? Maybe. Maybe. I'll give it another few months before I discuss that. But it is getting more interesting in some respectives. Anyways, guys, I'm just gonna end the video here. This was just a quick video. In my like I know in my previous Mary Sue video I go on for more than 20 minutes about this, but some people wanted my quick opinion about, oh, is she still a Mary Sue? And my answer is yes. She's still a Mary Sue. She's still not developing as a character. She's still relied on by everybody, no matter what the fucking problem is. It's going nowhere. But yeah, I'll keep my eye out. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, and if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. And if you'd like to support me more than that, I also have a coffee, so that's in the description box down below. So hit that and, check it out if you want to do that support. And I will see you guys in the next video. This is Dazzling Kate signing the hell out of here.